Another constraint that we see very often, during this entire journey is say if this is a rigid body, right? Then we define a direction perpendicular to the rigid body and we define a direction parallel to the rigid body. This is the surface of the rigid body, right? And this direction is called the normal direction. Perpendicular to the surface is the normal direction. Parallel to the surface is the parallel direction, is called the parallel direction. Sometimes also called the tangential direction, sometimes also referred to as the tangential direction. Also called the tangential direction. There is a normal direction to a surface and there is a tangential. See, if this is a surface, perpendicular to this surface is the normal direction. Along the surface, parallel to the surface is the tangential direction. Got me? And if there are two surfaces in contact, if this is two bodies, these are two bodies, body 1 and body 2. Then they have a common surface here, this is a common surface, they have a common surface, right? And a perpendicular to their common surface is a common normal. Perpendicular to their common surface is a common normal. Perpendicular to the common surface is a common normal. This is a common normal. Perpendicular to the common surface is a common normal. Now, look, if one were to be moving with a velocity v1 equal to 10 meters per second, and along, this is the velocity of 1 along the common normal, and velocity of 2 along the common normal, v2, is also 10 meters per second. They will maintain contact, isn't it? They will maintain contact. If this is one surface and say this is another surface, these are two surfaces, right? And this would be their common normal direction. Along the common normal, if this has a velocity 10 meters per second and the lower one also has a velocity 10 meters per second, they will maintain contact, yes or no? If along their common normal they have the same velocity, they will maintain contact. If along the common normal they have the same velocity, they will maintain contact, yes or no? Right now? But if I have a situation like this, this has a velocity v1 and this has a velocity v2 along the common normal. If v1 is different from v2, God bless you, if v1 is different from v2, if v1 is not equal to v2, contact would be lost. Would you want to believe this? Contact will be lost. Yes or no? Isn't it? If along the common normal they have different velocities, contact will be lost. You know, right? So for two surfaces to maintain contact, their velocities along the common normal must be the same. Their velocities along the common normal must be the same. For two surfaces to maintain contact, their velocities along the common normal must be the same. Yes or no? You know? So if I had a situation like this, This is 1 and this is 2, right? If 1 had a velocity 10 meters per second like this, parallel in the tangential direction, this is in the tangential direction, parallel to their common surface. This is the velocity parallel to the common surface. And 2 had a velocity 15 meters per second like this. And assuming 2 to be very large, so that this doesn't fall off the edge. Assuming that this common surface is very large, so that 2 doesn't fall off the edge. So in the parallel direction, suppose their velocities are different. Will they lose contact? No, they will not lose contact. Right? That means the velocity components parallel to the tangential surface, along the tangential surface, will not result in loss of contact. Will not result in loss of contact, yes or no? But if velocity components in the common normal direction is different, it will result in loss of contact. Do you understand this? Do you register this idea? Right now? Velocity components in the tangential direction, if they are different, it will not result in loss of contact. But if velocity components along the common normal are different, it will result in loss of contact. I'm assuming that this is large enough so that, it doesn't tip off the surface. I'm assuming that this is large enough. Yes or no? Do you all understand this? Therefore, suppose this is the common normal direction. This is the common normal direction. This is body 1 and this is body 2. Cn is common normal. Suppose 1 had a velocity v1 like this, making an angle alpha with the tangential direction, and 2 had a velocity v2 like this, making an angle beta with the tangential direction. Right? Now, v1 could have been resolved as v1 cos alpha along the tangential direction and v1 sin alpha along the common normal. Yes or no? Right? Similarly, v2 could be resolved as v2 cos beta in the parallel direction, and in the tangential direction v2 sin beta. Now, for them to maintain contact, what is required? Right, v1 sin alpha must be equal to v2 sin beta. Their velocity components in the common normal direction must be the same. Right, very good. To maintain contact, v1 sin alpha must be equal to v2 sin beta. Their velocity components along the common normal direction must be the same. That's the only way they can maintain contact. Right? The earlier one was referred to as a rigid body constraint, and this constraint is called a wedge constraint. Is called a wedge constraint. Now, Suppose this is a rod fixed at O. This is the end A of a rigid rod L. Rod fixed at O. Rod fixed at O. Then very clearly, if the rod were to be swiveling about O, pivoted at O if it was to be moving, then the velocity of O will remain 0. Velocity of O will remain 0. Then velocity of A in this direction, velocity of A, let's say in this direction, parallel direction will be 0. Why? Because if the velocity of A in this direction was non-zero, and the velocity of O being 0, then the velocity of O and A along the rod will be different, and that will result in separation between O and A changing with time, but that cannot happen. Do you realize that? I'll repeat now. I'm saying A in general, let's say, has a velocity VA. All right. Let's say the velocity of A is VA. Then velocity of A could be resolved. Suppose this angle is alpha. Velocity of A could be resolved as VA cos alpha parallel to the rod and VA sin alpha perpendicular to the rod. Yes or no? VA cos alpha parallel to the rod and VA sin alpha perpendicular to the rod. Right? Yes or no? Which means now, look at O and A. They are parts of the same rigid body. What is the velocity of O in this direction? 0, because O is fixed. Yes or no? So velocity of A in the same direction must be 0. Must be 0. That's a rigid body requirement. That's a rigid body requirement. Velocity components along the rigid body must be the same. Along the line joining any 2 points on a rigid body must be the same. That means VA cos alpha must be 0, right? VA cos alpha must be 0. VA cos alpha is 0. It means alpha must be 90 degrees. Alpha must be 90 degrees. Yes or no? Alpha must be 90 degrees. Alpha is 90 degrees means if this is O, this is A, then velocity of A, this is 90 degrees. The net velocity of A must be like this, with this angle alpha being 90 degrees. Velocity of A must be perpendicular to the rod. Velocity of A must be perpendicular to the rod. In fact, if I take any other point B, then the velocity of B must also be if O is fixed, then velocity of B must also be perpendicular to the rod. If I take a point C, if O is fixed, then velocity of C must also be perpendicular to the rod. Yes or no? Got me now?